Hi, I'm Garrett Duggar from Lenovo, and welcome to CES 2013. We're going to take a look at the Yoga11S product. The Yoga product was originally announced last year at CES. We had a 13-inch Ultrabook that also functioned as a tablet. In October, we started shipping that model plus an 11-inch version of it. The Yoga 11 is actually a Windows RT-based product. It is using an ARM processor. It's actually an NVIDIA Tegra processor. For people who want a little bit more performance and be able to run the full version of Windows 8, Windows 8 Pro, we now have the Yoga 11S. In the United States and Canada, it will actually be shipping with a Core i5 processor. In some other parts of the world, it will actually be a Core i7 offering as well. One additional hardware feature that this offers is 10-finger touch instead of just 5-finger touch that we used to have on the Yoga 11. So for people that want something that's got a little bit more performance, supports a little bit more memory as well, and 10-finger touch, we have the Yoga 11S product. Because it is using an Intel processor here, it's able to run Windows 8 Pro. That means it's going to be backwards compatible with older Windows applications, as well as support older Windows devices. So if you have maybe a printer or even a keyboard or mouse, something like that, many people want to be able to support that on their new device. With a Windows 8 RT device, you may or may not be able to easily find those device drivers. So this is just going to give you backwards compatibility with legacy Windows applications as well as legacy Windows devices.
Can you show off some of the Yoga modes?
Yes. So
what is that for?
Right. So this is tablet mode. All right. So that was tablet mode. The first thing we saw was notebook mode. All right. We also have what we call stand mode. Okay. So this is stand mode. So if I'm wanting to show photos off or watch a movie on an airplane perhaps, or even make a presentation, this is a much more unobtrusive way of doing that. So if I bring up some photos here as an example, this is kind of a nice way of doing that without having the keyboard get in the way. If I'm watching a movie, I can tilt this so that I don't have any glare coming off of a window in an airplane, for instance, or maybe an overhead light in a building. And we also have tent mode. So if you're like me, I wouldn't necessarily want to stick my keyboard down on some of those trays in an airplane because it can be all sticky with pop and stuff like that. So this ends up being a little bit nicer because now I can use it in tent mode and still have that keyboard out of the way.
Screen didn't rotate.
Yes, normally it does. Normally automatically rotate, and it might be because I'm in a photo browsing mode. So if I went back to another application in the Windows Start menu, it'll probably switch back around. Let me try it, see if it'll switch here.
Well, this is a prototype unit anyway, so...
That's right, so this is an early model of it. So that is the Yoga 11.
Is there any...
11S, pardon me.
Additional ports or anything? Obviously, because it's running full Windows, it can have USB 3.
Right, so you have a USB 3 port here, you have a full-size HDMI port over here. I believe this is the SIM card slot if you want to have a broadband cellular radio model, if you select one of those models. We have our power connector port right here, and then I have another USB port over here.
So, the Yoga 11 being an RT product, an ARM processor obviously,
yes,
was a very power efficient device.
Right.
Now that you've upgraded this to either i5 or i7, is it i3 as well is available?
I think it's going to be an i5 and an i3.
i5 and i7.
Yes.
I'm running full Windows. We're going to see a different power consumption.
Yes, that's absolutely true. So that's going to be the trade-off. So if you look at the Yoga 11, you can get upwards of 10 to 13 hours. This is probably going to be more in the 6-hour range.
So they haven't changed the battery, it's just...
Yeah, I don't think the battery has changed much, no.
But I think for most people that's still more than 16.
Oh yes, yes, yep.
Well, thanks very much for talking to us, and definitely like the look of the Yoga 11S. It's a very attractive looking machine.
All right, thank you very much.
And for somebody looking for a entry-level convertible Ultrabook, this is a good choice.
Excellent, yes.